All right, back to get where we're just talking about. What were we talking about, Jared? The
Yeah,
curve?
Jared Fogle. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that shit's been going on for centuries. Like,
Yeah. I was actually there's so many people I follow on Twitter and they have taken me down like some deep, deep rabbit holes, dude, that I just have a hard time climbing out of because it's just so grotesque.
oh,
Like
yeah,
what
like
they talk about, dude, like
what
and
do they
who's
call
involved, like
what do they call it? The endochrome shit, where like they use stem cells from children or some shit like that to like
yeah. Well,
re
it's like the adrenaline gene or like the
yeah,
adrenaline something.
adrenochrome.
Yeah, adrenochrome. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or like,
They drink that or something.
well, I mean, a couple of things.
Dude,
There's
I don't even know if we I don't even think we should be talking about this because we're just gonna
well,
get
it's just like snuff films and stuff like that dark web, right?
yeah.
So this shit's been going on, but it's always been underground. Like you have cities that have underground shit like that. It's a
Hmm.
network, right? None of this could possibly exist unless there's a network, right?
Yeah.
And just like any network with that, there has to be a currency exchange. What do you
Hmm.
use to exchange that? Money. Why don't you just follow all the money? Well, this is why you have shell companies, layering. They call, money laundering. They call layering. You have different bank accounts and everywhere. I mean, Credit Suisse, who just went bankrupt. So here's a little fact: Credit Suisse that just went bankrupt. They've been going bankrupt for the last 5 years because they're just terror. They run it like a bunch of goons. You know,
Hmm.
uh, they're like the European Wells Fargo. They screw people over and say like we're never going to do it again, and then they just pay a big ass fine. Credit Credit Suisse paid $18 billion. I think it was over the past 15 years from the 2008 financial crisis. Right
Hmm.
in that time till now, till they went bankrupt, Credit Suisse paid 18 billion in fines. They just sold for 3 billion. Now,
Hmm.
had you acted appropriately, you wouldn't be in this position now, would you?
Yeah.
Well, they all just play stupid about it. That's why these whistleblowers, because now they went bankrupt and another Swiss bank has to take them over, UBS.
Hmm.
Well, now guess what? Now the investigators are all in on it and they want to know why it failed. Well, guess
Didn't
what?
the UBS CEO just resign?
Hmm. And the former CEO just came in to take it over
Oh boy.
because essentially, from my understanding of it, is essentially, have you ever done this before? No, then get the fuck out of the way. Like this is a
Yeah.
financial crisis. We need the guy who got us through the last one, right?
Hmm.
We need our main guy, our ace in the hole, if you want to put it. But this is why.
Have you ever done this before?
Right. That's exactly how it is. That's why they rehired the CEO, former CEO of UBS. Well, why can't this guy do it? Because he doesn't know how to like look to find where
He's
all the bodies are.
he's too woke.
No, it's not even that. It's that the old school criminals know where all the bodies are. They know all the tricks of the trade.
Hmm.
They know how to. They call it financial engineering. Cook the books, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got all this money at this company, huh? What's this company do? Oh, that builds so and so. No, it doesn't. I had a private investigator go there. It's bullshit. You know,
Yeah.
all those old school CEOs, they know all the tricks of the trade. One of the worst CEOs, but is one of the highest praised CEOs, was Jack Welch of GE,
Hmm.
General Electric. Jack Welch was like, he was right up there with like the president because at the time GE was like almost $1 trillion company at the time.
Hmm.
It was worth at its peak like $800 billion.
Yeah.
It made car parts, light bulbs. It fucking made everything.
Fighter jet engines.
Fighter jet engines, everything. It had its tentacles and everything. Now it's more,
Turbines at like giant dams.
yeah. Now General Electric is essentially insolvent. They have a big problem, and I've been saying this for the last couple of years. One day you're going to be looking at the news through all the chaos, and then over the headline, some sort of old 100-year-old company is just going to go bankrupt
Mm-hmm.
out of nowhere. I got a feeling that GE will be one of them because GE has a healthcare problem. They have a giant pension system.
Yeah.
Their former crook of a CEO, Jeff Immelt, used the company like a bank instead of running it like a company. He was buying up all these shitty companies, pissing away all this money,
Yeah.
and it affected the whole entire company.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Jack Welch, like this is kind of like the herd mentality. Oh, this guy is great. He knows what he's doing. Jack Welch is like a financial crook. Like he was cooking the books. Uh, the accountant that figured out Bernie Madoff,
Mm-hmm.
4 years ago, right before the financial crisis, he came
He
out and
did the math on how
yeah,
Bernie was getting so successful on Wall Street, and he's like, well, he like couldn't figure it out. Like he
so he
was
knew
like the
right away it was
best. He
fraud.
was like the best mathematician on the market or something
Yeah.
at the
Well,
time.
4 years ago, he came out and said that GE will be going bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
I think his direct quote was GE, General Electric, is one recession away from going bankrupt because they have such a high pension. They're losing all this money. They acquired all these shitty companies that infected the whole company. Now all these retired people are retiring. They bought all this shitty insurance, medical insurance, put it on their books. It's like the mark to market accounting kind of crap.
Yeah, you become worth so much. It's like
You lose sight
you
of what goes,
giving your retirees a healthy pension. It doesn't matter because you have all this capital.
yeah. And it's just one of those things where a majority of the top-notch CEOs that you're supposed to have faith in because they're dealing with billions and trillions of dollars worth of money and your money, my money, teachers' money,
Mm-hmm.
the airline pilots' money. You have to understand that they're all a bunch of idiots. They don't know what is on their balance sheets. They don't know what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think his name was he was the Ken Lewis. He was the former CEO of Bank of America. He got called out on a conference call because he was like, "Oh, everything's fine." This is like 2007, and the people that were short selling the stock, like the guys from The Big Short,
Mm-hmm.
they were shorting his stock and shit. And Steve Eisman, who is one of the characters in the movie, it's in the book The Big Short. Ken Lewis is on a conference call with investors and hedge funds, short sellers, essentially saying like your balance sheet doesn't add up. You're full of shit. You got all this toxic debt on there, all these mortgages. What happens if the prices on these mortgages go down or homes go down? Oh, we don't have that much on there. And he's like, did you even look at your balance sheet? And this is in the book. Like they have this like
Mm-hmm.
quote going on between the two guys, and Steve Eisman yells at one of the biggest CEOs of one of the biggest banks in the company, right?
Mm-hmm.
He says, you don't even know what's on your balance sheet. You should know this. And like Ken Lewis was just like, click. So you kind of realize like it's all just a scam to keep the shit going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep the wheels turning. I don't know what's going on, but I don't care. Like if it goes bad, I didn't do it, even
I
though
can
I'm in
just
charge.
step down and I have all my money to fall back on.
Exactly. Dick Fold from Lehman Brothers got $500 million severance package after the previous 500 million he made, right? So it's all just a giant scam and shit. But I'll leave it off with this, and maybe you can comment on it. The regional banks and commercial banks and shit are going bust right now. There's runs on them. So what rich people are doing, and even retail people like me and you,
Mm-hmm.
because all we have to do is do a couple of clicks on our phone and we can send over millions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
Open up an account that's open in 24 hours, send over all your money. They're concentrating all this money on everybody into the 3 or 4 big banks: Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, JP Morgan. Okay, so now they're getting all this money injected into them on top of all the COVID money that they secretly gave to the banks.
Mm-hmm.
This is where they're going to pull the plug. As I said before in previous, I got a feeling that they're going to create a cyber attack on those 4 banks, because now everything's concentrated. You don't have to attack the whole banking system. Now you only got to attack 4 of them, because now there's a pressure point. Oh, China did this. Russia did this. They cyber attacked us. Your pension system, your retirement savings all got wiped out. Well,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm insured. But you don't understand. Like, how much did you have in there? Oh, I had 50,000. Prove it. You
Yeah.
know?
Good luck.
Exactly. You know, you had stories over the past couple of years. I've seen this on like YouTube of horror stories where like you even seen it in the past couple of weeks. You're getting emails and text messages from like Wells Fargo saying like there's a problem. The system is down right now. Why can't I get my money? Like I gotta pay my workers on Monday or some shit. You know what I mean? It never did this before. Now all of a sudden there's a banking crisis. Now I can't, right? So you can
Mm-hmm.
kind of see they're kind of herding everybody into the big banks, and then they'll pull
Mm-hmm.
the plug on the big banks, and then that gives them the perfect excuse of going to war, right? Oh, we need to create a digital currency because you know it's for the greater good. You know, that's why China is completely cutting themselves off from America. When
Mm-hmm.
Saudi Arabia got on their team, I was like, oh shit, now it's on. Because Saudi Arabia don't even trust us no more. We
Mm-hmm.
were supposed to be their protectors and shit. We give them our dollars, they give us our oil. But if they keep printing dollars, that
The
makes
Abraham Accords, dog.
yeah, that makes both
Oh.
trying to plant electric. Why would they want to keep selling us money? China's the biggest consumer of oil. So you have all the big top dogs in oil teaming up, and here we are with our fucking dick in our hand, going like, where do we go from here?
Yeah. We're pretty
I
much.
want
Oh
to
yeah.
go.
Oh. You want to do? That's fine. Fine. You guys want to play that game? Fine.
We'll go build our sandcastle over here.
Yeah. Exactly. But
Seats taken. Somebody should do a meme of Forrest Gump where it's Biden
yeah.
and these Forrest are walking on the bus, and then it's like Xi
There's
and
yeah.
Putin. Seats taken. It's
Can't
just
sit
like,
here.
yeah, it's like Trudeau from Canada. You can sit here if you want to. I know that'd be a 5 million views if somebody did it.
Yeah. But I think the next time that we talk, I would like to break down the Restrict Act that's being talked about
Yeah, we'll
in the
touch up
House.
on that. Didn't you say it's a Patriot Act 2.0 now?
Yeah, it's like a Patriot Act 2.0. It's
Yeah.
supposed to, well, it's, the they want to get it. They'll probably get it passed, but it's like they got the TikTok ban in it, but it delves a lot deeper than that, and it's pretty concerning. So,
Well, here's my thing. I'll leave it. How pathetic is it? America created social media. We suck so bad at it. We have to try to stop China now because it's whooping our ass.
hmm
Like Google's losing billions of dollars on ads. Snapchat, fucking Facebook, all these companies are losing billions of dollars to a Chinese fucking. It's like Tinder. You just flip it with your phone and shit. It's people doing headstands and farting in each other's faces.
hmm
This is what's going to take down $1 trillion
yeah.
technology, sector.
But apparently, this is legislation that everybody should be paying attention to. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we could talk. We'll talk about that next time. And
Yeah. Well, we never got rid of the second or the first fucking Patriot Act. I don't know
yeah,
why this one. You ever notice how you just keep adding more shit to the plate?
more restrictions.
Yeah, they never get
Yeah.
rid of. Well, you're a terrorizer, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've said that before in previous. It's the codex. They're trying to ban weapons. This is like Orwellian shit, where like it's gonna be like Demolition Man with the seashells kind of shit. No toilet paper. It's biohazard. You just shit in your sheets. Seashells. But that's what it'll be like.
Yeah. Where can they find this big dog if they want to get a hold of us? Reach out.
You can find us on Twitter at truth_over_facts at Twitter, and then truthoverfactspodcast at gmail.com. Hopefully the NSA doesn't take us down for
And if
propaganda.
we are taken down, that's exactly why.
Exactly. If we're not back in a couple of days, just wait longer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm your host, Dylan.
I'm Ronnie. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Peace out.